Okay, so we were here. We have learned the rules to test the validity of a syllogism. And as I said, barring the first rule, you will be using all the 5 rules to test the validity. We can have maximum 64 modes, and then we can have 4 figures. So altogether, it becomes 256. We can have maximally 256 logical forms, and out of these only few are valid. So by using the rules which are introduced to you, you can very easily test all the 256 in a very short way. So today I will tell you how you can test all the 256 logical structures in a very short way. You don't need to write every 256 one by one and then you go on testing them. By using the rules, you can, in a very brief way, you can figure out how many logical forms are valid, and then of course the remaining forms will be invalid. While discussing the syllogism, we have seen that a syllogism has 3 propositions. 2 are the premises and 1 is conclusion. So every syllogism will have a major premise, a minor premise, and a conclusion. Okay, so this is the structure. This is the structure of a syllogism. आपकी मेजर premise में से इसी 4 में कोई एक होगा, माइनर में इसी 4 में कोई एक होगा, conclusion में इसी 4 में एक होगा. Conclusion is only one. So we can test one by one. If our conclusion is A, what could be the possibility of the premises and what could be the possibility of its validity in different figures. So one by one we can test. If our conclusion is A, then what are the possibilities related to the premises? So let us begin this very simple exercise. So we are beginning with this hypothetical question. If the conclusion of a syllogism is a proposition. Now, you know the 5 rules. Rule number 1 is not relevant in our case. 5 rules are relevant. Rule number 2 says that middle term must be distributed once. Rule number 3 says that if any term is distributed in the conclusion, it must be distributed in the premises. Rule 4 says that we cannot have 2 negative premises. Rule 5 says that if we have 1 negative premise, then the conclusion must be negative. And the rule 6 says that we cannot derive a particular conclusion from universal premises. So these are 5 rules we are going to use. Suppose you come to know that your conclusion is A. Now start from the very beginning. So what kind of proposition is A? You have to see. You have to see conclusion is A. What this means? Several things you need to see. If the conclusion is A, what cannot be the case in the premises? A is affirmative. Number 1. The conclusion is affirmative. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? The moment you discover that your conclusion is affirmative, A is affirmative proposition, which means none of the premises can be negative. None of the premises can be negative, E or O. Immediately you discover, the moment you come to know that the conclusion is A, how do you say that none of the premises can be negative? Rule 4 and 5. Remember rule 4 and 5. Rule 4 says that both premises cannot be negative. So you have a possibility that one premise can be negative. Rule 5 says that if one premise is negative, the conclusion has to be negative, right? Rule number 5. You must keep the rules in mind, and they will come in your mind only when you are careful in doing exercise. So rule 5 says that if one of the premises is negative, only then we find a negative conclusion. For a negative conclusion, one of the premises must be negative. And only one can be negative. That you know from rule 4. If both are negative, there cannot be any valid conclusion, right? So rule 5 says that if one of the premises is negative, then conclusion has to be negative. And you have seen that A is affirmative, right? So the moment you come to know that your conclusion is affirmative, you can, without any difficulty, say that none of the premises can be negative. That is E or O. None of the premises can be E or O. All right. So this you decide. So you have ruled out that in this situation where conclusion is A, your major and minor premise cannot be E or O. There cannot be any combination of E or O possible in major and minor premise. Okay. Now, the second question you need to raise is, what is the other possibility? So remember rule 6, you cannot derive a particular conclusion from the universal propositions. You cannot derive a particular conclusion, a particular proposition from universal propositions. The implication of that rule is also that if your conclusion is universal, then none of your premises can be particular. तो पहले quantity देखना है, फिर quality देखना है, और फिर distribution भी देखना है. Only 3 things you need to consider, and then remember all the 5 rules. When you have considered that your conclusion is affirmative, so you have excluded the possibility of your premises being E or O. Similarly, when you consider the quality, affirmative or negative, ये कहने का सेंस क्या है? क्वालिटी है. यूनिवर्सल पर्टिकुलर कहने का मतलब क्या है? क्वांटिटी है. So when you considered quantity, then you decided that your premise cannot be I or O. As per rule, कौन सा रूल? रूल 6, implication of rule 6. रूल 6 का ये implication है. रूल 6 क्या कहता है? कहता है कि यूनिवर्सल प्रेमिसेस से पर्टिकुलर कंक्लूजन नहीं निकल सकता है. बाय implication, you can also say that if your conclusion is universal, there cannot be any premise which is particular, because a particular conclusion can be drawn only when one of the premises is particular. It is like negative premise, in fact, for all practical purposes. If one of the premises is negative, the conclusion has to be negative. Similarly, if one of the premises is particular, then conclusion has to be particular. And if conclusion is universal, which simply means, which indicates that none of the premises can be particular. So in the first consideration of quality, you ruled out E and O. And in the second consideration of the quantity, you have ruled out I and O. So if you look at O, they are this is doubly ruled out, and then you have I. So you have ruled out that your premise cannot be E, O, and I. Then what is left? Only one, A. That means you can have only A as your premise if the conclusion is A. There is no other possibility. Okay. So what this means, your major premise is A and minor premise is also A. So this you have decided. And the moment you have decided that only this mode is possible, triple A is the mode which is possible when the conclusion is A. There cannot be any other mode. If the conclusion is A, there is no other possibility regarding the mode, only this much. If the conclusion is A, so you have decided the mood of the syllogism which could be valid. It is valid or invalid, ये अभी decide करना है, because you have to consider the figures also. So you have used quality and quantity. Now you have to see distribution. Okay. So the assumption is that your conclusion is A, and you know that A proposition distributes its subject term. ये आपको जैसे distribution देखा तो आपको ये पता लगा कि conclusion distributes its subject term. Considering the status of distribution in the conclusion, we find the minor term distributed. आपको क्या मिला कि minor term distributed है, ये आपको मिला, एक information और मिली आप, which means the minor term must be distributed in minor premise. Conclusion distributes its minor term. आप एग्जाम में ऐसे लिखोगे, since the minor term is distributed by the conclusion, it has to be distributed in the minor premise. Wherever it occurs, doesn't matter. Since the conclusion distributes the subject term, that is the minor term, it has to be distributed in the minor premise. What is the rule? Rule number 3. Rule number 3 says that if any term is distributed in the conclusion, then it has to be distributed in the premises as well. So since the minor term is distributed by the conclusion, therefore it has to be distributed in the minor premise also. Rule 2 demands that the middle term must be distributed at least once. Rule 2 demand करता है कि middle term एक बार distribute होना ही चाहिए. So as per rule 3, when your conclusion is A, you require the distribution of number 1 minor term and also the distribution of middle term as per rule 2. Okay, you require 2 distributions in the premises. 2 distribution आपको premise में चाहिए. पहला minor term का distribution चाहिए और middle term का तो चाहिए ही. Middle term का distribution तो universal demand है for every syllogism. But in this case, when conclusion is A and the subject term, that is the minor term, is distributed, it has to be distributed in the premise as well, in the minor premise. So you require 2 distributions. Now let us go back to the situation here. If we have a circle like this, so these are the locations of your terms. Okay, जो भी आप लिखेंगे ये location है उनका. And you know that A can distribute only here. Similarly, this A can distribute only here. Here it cannot distribute. And you are looking for 2 distribution, one of the minor term and the other for middle term. Okay. And you know that A combination can distribute only subject term. So you are looking for the distribution of minor term in the minor proposition. So if you have subject here only, then it will be distributed. You have to place subject here because you are looking for the distribution of subject term, that is the minor term, and A can distribute subject only when it is falling here, nowhere else. Similarly, in the major premise, now there is no possibility in A for distribution of middle term. That means middle term will be here. If subject you are forced to keep subject here, therefore middle can be put here only. Now again come to the distribution of middle term. So this proposition can distribute only middle term here. If you place middle term as the place of predicate, it will not distribute. So you require distribution of middle term once. So you have to put it here. And then what is left? only this space. All right, this becomes the situation. ये जो आपने बना लिया इस तरह से, क्या फिगर बना इसका? इन फर्स्ट, सेकंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ कैटेगरी कौन सा फिगर है? ये कौन सा फिगर है?
Sir, 1.
So if your conclusion is A, you will have only this syllogism which is valid, and no out of other 256 में, out of 256 you can have only this logical structure valid if your conclusion is A. So you have rejected 255. 255 you have just kicked out. If your conclusion is A, there is no other possibility of a valid syllogism except triple A1. Only triple A1 is found valid. And you can show it is valid by drawing Venn diagram. You can show that it is valid. This is SP bar, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it 0 or not?
Yes, sir. 0 है.
जहां लाइन खींचा है वो 0 है.
जी.
इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? कंक्लूजन डिपिक्ट हो गया प्रेमिस डिपिक्ट करने में, तो ये वैलिड हो गया.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we have done one part. If the conclusion is A, what is the possibility? Okay. Raise this question again. If the conclusion is E, if the conclusion is E proposition, so what are the possibilities? Again, you have to do the same exercise. Your conclusion is E proposition. So start from raising the question, what is it, negative or affirmative? And then say, is it universal or particular? Then see distribution, and then apply the rules. So the moment you come to know that conclusion is E, and conclusion is always subject predicate, that you know, E proposition is number 1, it is universal, and then it is negative. So the moment you come to know that it is universal, so none of the premises can be particular. Immediately आपको ये decision ले लेना. None of the premises can be particular. That is I or O. I, O cannot be in the combination of the premises. कैसे पता लगा? E universal premise है, proposition है. E is a universal proposition, therefore there cannot be I or O in the list of premises. So either major or minor premise cannot be I or O. Okay. And what is this rule? This is implication of rule 6. Okay. So what is left? So we are left with only A and E. So we can have only A and E as premises. Okay. There are 4 possibilities by involving. There are 4 possibilities of the premises. By engaging A and E, क्या होगा? Either both are A or both are E, or one is A, other is E, or one is A, other is A. These are only possibilities. Either major and minor both are A, or both are E, major and minor, or major is A, minor is E, or major is E, minor is A. Only these 4 possibilities. Now you have to choose which are the viable possibilities. Consider E is negative, which means one premise has to be negative. E is negative, the conclusion is negative, which means one premise has to be negative. What is the rule? Rule 5. Rule 5 क्या कहता है? One premise, if a premise is negative, only then the conclusion can be negative, right? And in fact, the negative conclusion, this is the implication of rule 5. If you look at that, rule 5 says that if one premise is negative, then conclusion has to be negative. And the implication is that if the conclusion is negative, one premise has to be negative. So it is in fact both ways. You also know that as per rule 4, both premises cannot be negative. This is additional, right? And as per rule 4, both premises cannot be negative. So what are the possibilities you have ruled out? You have ruled out this possibility because both are affirmative. A, one premise has to be negative. Then you have ruled out this possibility because both are negative. So by using rule 4, you have ruled out double E possibility. By using rule 5, you have ruled out double A possibility. And now you are left with only these two possibilities, A, E, E, A. Now you have to again filter because there are 4 figures and A, E, E, A possibility. You have to check which possibility is valid in the figures. Okay. So how to do that? You have to raise the other question, distribution question raise karna hai. So what is the distribution status in the conclusion? Look at the distribution status in the conclusion. This is E. E distributes in fact both terms. Conclusion is E, which means minor as well as major. Both terms are distributed. And then middle term has to be distributed at least once as per rule 2, which means rule 2 says that middle term must be distributed at least once. Rule 3 says that if any term is distributed in the conclusion, it has to be distributed in the premises. So we have to ensure that subject and predicate both are distributed in the premises, and we have to ensure at least once the distribution of middle term. All right, which means we are looking for distribution of major, minor, and middle. So we are looking for 3 distribution. 3 term must be distributed by the premises. Okay. So now let us check what are the possibilities with respect to the mood when we consider distribution. So you'll be writing like this. So what are the possibilities? You have seen A, E, and then your conclusion is E. This is one possibility. And the other possibility is E, A, E. Only these 2 modes. These 2 modes are possible, right? Now, इन्हीं दोनों मोड को you have to check in all 4 figures. 8 logical structures. How many are valid? That is your assignment.